Hey YouTube, it's going to run 13. Posting you up a video here on a subject I don't think I ever covered before. And that subject will be retaining your numero uno, your primary firearm. Be it your battle carbine, battle rifle, shotgun, any type of long gun. I'm going to do a video telling you through the years what I prefer for retaining my firearm, meaning slings. What kind of sling system do I like to use? Now, a brief history of me and the sling is I pretty much use them all. 3-point slings, 2-point slings, single-point slings. So I narrowed down what I prefer as far as a sling system with my firearms, my primary firearm. Kind of get into that a little bit here. From your standard sling system, your 2-point sling system, there are many different options out there. I tried different things. What works best for me might not work best for you. It's a matter of preference. But I'll kind of show you some of the things that I got here and why I prefer these systems to retain my firearms. So I'll show you some of the stuff I got here for them. Now, for retaining my firearms, as you can see in front of you, I prefer a standard type of sling, that being a single point bungee sling. Like I said, I've used the 2-point slings, I've used 3-point sling systems before. I just prefer, with my gear, the way I wear my gear, the amount of gear I may have at any given time, the single point sling, and that being the single point bungee sling. Now, it's not the perfect sling in all situations. I'd like to hear what you guys think. Obviously, everybody has their own interpretations, their own methods of a sling, or how they would like to retain the firearm. Like I said, single point isn't the best in all situations, but it's the best for me in most situations. So here are a few of the slings that I like to use in front of me. And I'm not really going to talk about brands or anything like that, but just mainly the styles. Right here is pretty standard bungee single point sling right here. And it's got a pretty simple connection right here to whatever kind of swing swivel or system you have set up on your rifle. Now, going into this single point sling real quick here, before I get into the specifics, most of my firearms are streamlined to carry or to use the single point sling. Being, say, like on my ARs, I'll have the ambi sling hookup attachment right there. QD attachments are awesome, definitely. You look at most of my AKs, if not all of them, what I did is I ended up attaching, basically getting a shotgun swing swivel, like an Uncle Mike's shotgun swing swivel, instead of drilling into the actual receiver of the firearm, of the AK. Not a big fan of doing. So instead I just attached it to the end of my buttstock right here. Put in a swing swivel right there. And let me go ahead and try to open this for you. Mounted the post right there. No harm to the receiver. No big deal on a buttstock. Okay. And that's pretty much it right there. You got a nice swing swivel all ready to go. And your AKs, most of my AKs, if not all of them, are set up this way. Now, taking a look at shotguns, here's a shotgun where I did the same thing as my Remington 870. And I basically did the same thing, and I mounted an Uncle Mike's swivel right here for single point connection, and it spins around, won't get caught up on anything, doesn't come attached, detached if you swing it around. So it's a pretty cool setup, something I kind of made up myself. I kind of like that. But then you can look at from another standpoint, another one of my shotguns, be my Mossberg 590. And right now I only have a 2-point sling on here, which I will end up mounting something for single point sling, because like I said, I like to streamline them. That's what all my slings are set up for, single point. So eventually I will go ahead and change that up as well. But here's a couple of the slings, like I said, I have. You know, be it old AK slings. I got a couple old Russian AK slings. But this is what I like to use, your typical bungee single point sling. It's effective. Like I said, I don't even remember the brand of this. I'm not really talking about names. I mean, you can go get an s.o.e, original s.o.e sling for like 60-70 bucks, which is great, pretty pricey. You could go get a pretty good quality Condor sling for 20 bucks. You know, it's your own preference what you want to spend. These are pretty effective. This kind right here. The multiple slings that I have is because you know my theory. If you know my channel, you know my theory on community firearms, having community gear set up, be it fighting rifles, pistols, ammo, magazine retention, slings, knives, you know, basically a whole setup, blowout kit, whole gear setup for each individual person. And that's what I've been doing for quite a while. So all my fighting rifles will, you know, have slings and all the gear that I just happen to mention. So here's a few of them. Like I said, this is the same setup right here. Single point sling, bungee, effective. This is another one. It's got a different kind of attachment hookup, a little more sturdy right here. It's got basically a Ranger band or an inner tube covering it, and you know, these can quick detach, so you can have this hooked up to your rifle and just quick detach from this point. Which these are what I prefer. This method right here. Here's another thing similar to the last one I just showed you. Single point bungee. I use this one. Got a little bit better of a hookup right there, just like the last one, and it's got the quick detach also. So you know, this would be my preference right here. These are really effective and nice, but I like that quick detach capability. And out of these slings right here, this was probably my preferred, which is the same thing. It's got a cover over to I don't know exactly why, but it's got the same kind of hookup right there. It's got a quick detach right here. And what I prefer about this one specifically, guys, is you know, because this is a single point sling, but you can also use it as a 2-point sling. All you got to do is just unhook here, and You got a 2-point sling right here. So this is kind of the best of both worlds, you know. And this is the sling I probably use more than anything, I'd have to say. So this would be my preference if I were to pick or choose any one of these slings right here. Would be this style where, you know, you can utilize best of both worlds. With the bungee sling, 2-point sling, why do I prefer the bungee over, or single point sling, why do I prefer bungee over just any kind of single point sling? I just like that stretching capability. You know, you get that extra reach if need be. You know, you could have it fit and tight to your gear. You know, say you got a backpack on and your chest rig, and you need that extra length without having to adjust it. You know, you pretty much, the single or the bungee outstretches and helps you in that matter. So yeah, these are my preferences right here. Most of my weapons, if not all of them, are streamlined to use the single point sling system, minus a couple things like, say, this Mossberg 590. But everything in the future will be streamlined to accept that sling. I got a few more of these single point slings that are very similar to right there. But just to kind of go over some of the ones that I have and you know, let you know what I think and my mindset on them. As I said, I know everybody's different, so I'd like to hear, you know, just your preferences. Do you like single point sling? You know, do you like 2-point sling? Do you like a 3-point sling? You know, what you prefer out there. Like I said, everybody's different, so this isn't a video saying, hey, this is what you should run. But in my application, my needs, this is, you know, the best system for my money right here. So, quick video, guys. Relatively quick video on retaining your primary firearm, the primary long firearm, long gun. And gonna run 13 YouTube. We'll talk to you a little later.